before we say, hey, speaking of CIA agents, Tulsi Gabbard just made a post. Aloha, you haven't heard much from me lately as I've been gone for the last 4 months on an active duty tour deployment to Africa as a civil affairs officer supporting a special forces mission to go after Al-Qaeda affiliated jihadists. Actual CIA. Remember? My God. She's the peace candidate, by the way.
Aloha, everyone. You haven't heard much from me lately. I've been gone for the last 4 months, serving on an active duty tour and deployment to Africa as a civil affairs officer. I was supporting a special forces mission to go after Al-Qaeda affiliated jihadists. Now, every single day, it was truly my honor to work with incredible patriots, experienced, focused warriors with an unwavering commitment to serve our country. We should never forget that, no matter the decisions that the politicians make or the careerists in the Pentagon make, it is our men and women in uniform who selflessly and quietly defend the safety, security, and freedom of our country every day.
In no way do they do that. That is batshit crazy. Peace candidate, by the way. Jimmy Dore's favorite candidate.
Now, I haven't posted much since I was gone because I was asked not to talk about my going overseas until my mission was complete. Al-Qaeda is very active where we were, and as someone who has a high profile, I would have been a prime target for the enemy, putting my life and the lives of my fellow service members and our mission in greater danger. Now I look forward to discussing the foreign and domestic issues and challenges that we're facing in our country.
And by the way, chat, when you look at a Tulsi Gabbard tweet, by the way, look what happens when you're to your algorithm if you look at a Tulsi Gabbard tweet. Look what happens to your algorithm if you look at a Tulsi Gabbard tweet. I'm just going to scroll down, okay? Look at the algorithm of a Tulsi Gabbard stan. Are you ready? Hold on. A guy making a tweet about the trigger discipline of the prosecutor. Let's see. Jack Prosbiak. This guy's a fascist. This guy should be disbarred. The prosecutor of the Kyle Rittenhouse case. Kevin Sorbo, Jim Jordan, Dave Rubin.
Late to the party, but will Rittenhouse be...
Are you kidding me? This is your algorithm if you click on one Tulsi Gabbard tweet. Justin, Wyoming GOP votes to stop recognizing Cheney as a Republican. Babylon B. Matt Walsh. Like this is Ted Cruz. This is a far right. Mike Pompeo, Stephen Miller, Ben Shapiro. That's what Twitter thinks you want. The moment you click on Tulsi Gabbard, that you are fed pure right-wing shit. Everybody who spread Tulsi Gabbard shit was creating a left to right, far right pipeline. And you can see it in the fucking algorithm.
Hi, Ben. How are you?
Doing okay. How are you?
Great. How come you claim to be 5'9" even though you're like 5'5"?
I don't know. How tall are you?
Okay. We're not gonna watch more than that. We're not watching this shit. All right. Oh, by the way, Tulsi Gabbard was out there in Africa. U.S. forces were training the Guinean soldiers who took off to stage a coup. American military officials have denounced the ouster of a president in West Africa and said they had no warning of what their students were planning. American Green Berets were training local forces in West African nation of Guinea last weekend when their charges peeled away from a mission not listed in any military training manual. They mounted a coup. Gunfire rang out as an elite Guinean special forces unit stormed the presidential palace in the capital, deposing the country's 83-year-old president. Hours later, a charismatic young officer, Colonel Mamade Doumbouya, announced himself as Guinea's new leader. The Americans knew him well. What a surprise! A team of about a dozen Green Berets had been in Guinea since mid-July to train about 100 soldiers in a special forces unit led by the new president, who served for years in the French Foreign Legion. Huh. And the U.S. military denied having any advanced knowledge of it. The French Foreign Legion Green Beret trained guy. Well, no. We don't have any influence over him. That was an accident. For the Pentagon, though, it's an embarrassment. The United States has trained troops in many African nations, largely for counterterrorism programs, but also with the broad aim of supporting certain civilian-led governments. Although numerous U.S. trained officers have seized power in their countries, most notably General Abdel Fattah el-Sisi of Egypt, this is believed to be the first time one has done so in the middle of an American military course. Once the Green Berets realized a coup was underway, they drove straight to the United States Embassy. Not at all an element of our CIA. American officials seeking to downplay the episode initially stressed the base where the training took place was a 4-hour drive from the presidential palace. Oops. Oh. Folks, they slipped away when their trainers were sleeping. That's what it was. The coup in Guinea, the fourth military takeover in West Africa in 12 months, following two coups in Mali and a disputed secession in Chad, fueled worries of democratic backsliding in coup-prone region of Africa. The discomfort of U.S. officials over their proximity to the coup plotters was made worse by video footage circulating in recent days that shows smiling American military officers and a crowd of joyous Guineans on September 5th, the day of the coup. As a four-wheel drive vehicle with Guinean soldiers perched on the back pushes through the crowd chanting freedom, one American appears to touch hands with cheering people. If the Americans are involved in the putsch, it's because of their mining interests, says Balade, a teacher in Kanarki. I can't say their... Sorry, Chad, I don't speak French. A reference to Guinea's huge deposits of gold, iron ore, and bauxite. Well, obviously, Guinea, with so much literal gold, is a very rich country, right, chat? They're probably providing a ton of benefits for their people, you know, with the actual gold mines everywhere. They're probably got cradle to grave social democracy there in Guinea, huh? What do you think? American officials confirmed that the video showed Green Berets returning to the U.S. Embassy on Sunday, but denied it implied support for the coup. The U.S. government and military are not involved in this apparent military siege of power in any way. What's their evidence? They say so. What's your evidence? Your lying eyes.
Ah, liberté, 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 liberté. Les Américains, les Américains, les Américains. Liberté, 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 liberté.
Coming to a White House near you, folks. Oops.
Ah, liberté, 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 liberté.
I'm sure Dylan Burns is rushing to condemn this. For many Guineans, the Americans' cameo role in the coup was just one element in a week of dizzying change. Now the second youngest leader of an African state. I guess we just accept him as legitimate because the Green Berets did it. The youngest is in neighboring Mali, where Colonel Assimi Gota came to power only in May. Also following, hey, it's weird. The Green Berets are in this region, and all the fucking special forces colonels are just seizing power for themselves. I wonder if that has anything to do with the Green Berets training them all, huh? You know, I wonder what's going on. It's just, you know, it's weird. That's weird. Colonel Dubois appeared on a state television wearing sunglasses and draped in Guinea's tricolor flag. He said he had been forced to seize power because of the actions of President Condé, a one-time democracy campaigner elected president in 2010 after an earlier coup paved the way for elections. Mr. Condé's legitimacy slumped last year when he amended the constitution to enable him to seek a third term, which he won. After the election, 400 political opponents were cast in Guinea's squalid prisons where at least 4 died. Footage that circulated after the coup showed a disheveled Mr. Condé surrounded by soldiers, slouched on the sofa and looking dejected. People were very impressed by the choreography of the soldiers and synchronized movement of their vehicles. Corporal Doyumba, as a French legionnaire, served in Afghanistan and the Ivory Coast and completed a commando training course in Israel, according to his official biography. Oh, don't look at that. Don't look at that. Cover that up, okay? Green Beret trained Israeli French legionnaire doing a coup for gold mining. We believe in democracy. We spread democracy, okay? Married to a French military police officer, he's also a French citizen, and graduated in defense studies from a university in Paris. American officials have known Colonel Dubois since the start of his rise. A photo posted to the U.S. Embassy Facebook page from October 2008 showed him standing with 3 American military officials outside the U.S. Embassy. Pipeline of oil to the nearest ports from Mali, Chad to Western Sahara. It's complicated, but the Abraham Accords were a sham. Yeah, I know. On Friday, American officials said they were puzzled why he would choose to mount a coup at the moment when he was working closely with Americans. It's not the first time that coups in Africa have cast a shadow of American training programs on the continent. As insurgents searched across Mali's northern desert in 2012, United States-trained commanders of the country's elite army units defected at a critical time, taking troops, trucks, weapons, and their newfound skills to the enemy. Oh, I guess it's... Well, America had nothing to do with it, folks. Look away. Look away. Look away. No big deal. Not a big deal.